Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Hope y'all are doing well. Today we have some new details on the all new S.H.Figuarts Super Saiyan Son Goku. Now, you can call it 3.5, 4.0, whatever. It is definitely, got some new bits of articulation in it to make it a very, very interesting figure. But they also gave us some details regarding his accessories as well as his articulation with the legs and some minor things with the arms and potentially maybe a full power Frieza tease somewhere in here. We'll get to that in a moment. But just taking one quick look before we, dive deep into this. I mean, look at the guy, bro. He's looking pretty majestic. Now, I will say I would have preferred if they would have went with the original, more flatter look. If you've seen the Fang Customs head, that's what I'm talking about. More of that kind of shade of yellow, as well as not really having so many of the lines for the hair. I mean, early Z wasn't really so focused on it. But I mean, it is what it is. New adaptations of the old sagas, have this in now. So it is what it is. But let's dive down in here. So, as you know, he's going to be on pre-order. Depending on the time you're watching this video, he might have already been on pre-order. But at the time I'm recording this, he's about to be on pre-order tonight. So, hopefully you got him. But just looking at some of the details here, now they bring up Super Saiyan 4 Goku and kind of his shoulder structure here. Now, if I recall, the Super Saiyan 4s have pretty good articulation, but I don't know if they necessarily have been able to do it like this with their shoulders all the way up like that. But they did say basically that, the shaft joint has been added so that the receiving part of the shoulder joint inside the torso can move up and down. So you just have a lot more range of motion. And that's interesting to see. I do want to see that more across figures and not just Goku. I think a lot more figures definitely need to just be able to do a lot of the same stuff. I mean, no figure should be like super hindered with articulation. One quick thing that we could talk about too is like this interesting cut on the body. A lot of the earlier prototype images that we got when people were at the event in Tokyo, you could see a lot of the cuts in between the body. So like when he's got his chest up, you can see inside. You can see a little bit inside through the knee, as well as the shoulder joint here. So I kind of wonder if they'll be able to tighten that up more, and maybe in these images they kind of show that. But the Super Saiyan 4s and a lot of the other figures don't necessarily have that gap, but it isn't super consistent with that. So I mean, we'll see. But with this, extra additional articulation, you get easier time posing the Kamehameha, which of course the easier it gets, the better. That means even more cool poses. But the interesting thing here is the wristband. So, and a little bit down, they also talk about replacements or something like that. But this is now a separate piece. It's not like already molded onto the body, meaning you can freely take this off apparently. It's independent. And I mean, you get way more range of motion than you would on an average figure with it molded on there. So that's interesting. I don't know if that's something that they potentially did for Beast Gohan or not, but it'd be cool. So interesting to see that that's the direction that they're going to take for that. I want to see it more. It does make it makes it easier for kit bashing as well, if you can take these off without having to sand it down or have it look off with the colors. And a little quick detail, you can see that he has some battle scratches on him, similar to, I believe, I want to say UI Goku, but it's not as prominent, so you can't really tell unless you're like looking at it up close, which is not a bad thing. But good friend Cyrus did mention it probably would be better if they just did something maybe a little similar to the World Tour Goku and make those lines of battle damage more prominent, at least the battle scratches, just so it pops out more. But it's not too hard to do it ourselves. It's just, why not do it? You know what I mean? Anyways, moving forward. So The next interesting thing here, and I'm having a hard time really kind of noticing it, is soft parts on the pants. So I'm not sure if they're talking about soft parts like these tips with the ripped off portions of his pants, or if they're talking about this portion right here being a little bit more on the soft plastic side. As you know, if you've watched the Chainsaw Man SHF reviews, Denji has a soft butt. All right, he has a lot more articulation than most figures because he's not hindered by this midsection here. So I'm curious if that's what they meant, or if it's just something similar talking about the stuff on the pants. So that's going to be something I need to see, like them doing more back kick stuff, if that makes sense. Because they don't pose him doing anything back here with his leg, articulated like that. And the only thing I can say is that he probably won't be able to do a real back kick, and that's unfortunate. Because I feel like, yes, you're not really going to be posing them like that all the time. Maybe you want to do stop motion or whatever with them and have them do back hits or whatever. But I just think it's interesting that they don't really consider them being able to do that motion anymore, because the 2.0s could all do that with no problem relatively. So I don't know. It's just curious. Maybe they could shave this down and not have it block out so much of the leg, so he can at least get that leg articulation in the back. That's just my opinion. So we'll have to see how that works. Because it said the parts on the hip joint are also sculpted with wrinkles. We'll see. This also happened with Trunks. They did sculpt it with wrinkles inside on this joint area. So, and I'm talking about the Boy from the Future Trunks, the new one that we got that has all these crazy quality control issues for some reason. But yeah, so that's pretty much mostly it in terms of that. Here's some more photos that they gave us, and he looks really good. I'm going to be really interested to see just how well he looks in hand when we get a final prototype. I think the faces, I would like to see maybe, I don't know, something about the faces looks, these two look fine. These two look a little bit better. I don't know what it needs, but it's something, I don't know. Maybe some more expression lines. I don't know. It's one of those things where you look at it and you don't know what's necessarily off about it, but something's off. But I mean, they're relatively okay. I'm not expecting like the greatest quality in the world, but they're definitely there. But for $50, I'm hoping they get that on lockdown. And of course, they're getting like the 3 different bangs, the regular Super Saiyan bangs. You're getting the hair all the way up when he's yelling, "Are you talking about Curlin?" And then you get the I think he was doing a Kamehameha in this scene when he has his hair like that. And then you get the free Kamehameha as well. I think this one is interesting with the colors that they go with for it, but it's nothing too new. We've had at least like 4 or 5 different Kamehamehas somewhere. Where was it at? They talked about the accessories somewhere. It's something different. Oh, here we go. Replacement wrists are included. Now, it's a small detail, but they don't really do that often. They don't really do it at all. So if they're giving you replacement wrists, I'm interested about that. Is that talking about the wristbands or the actual joint here? That's something I want to see about. Because if they do start giving you little replacement accessories like that, that's better. Like I said that in my other, I think, review, talking about something with either Vegeta or something like that. Just like giving us extra, pegs and stuff like that, or attachment pieces just in case if they get loose or break or whatever. It's a good thing, especially for figures that are like not coming with that much. And for this guy, he's coming with a lot for 50 or so bucks. So it's definitely worth it. It's a great figure overall. And they did briefly say something about Frieza. I have to find it. It's somewhere in here. If I don't find it in the next few seconds, we'll cut to where it's at. It's somewhere up here. All right. There we go. All right. So it says with these evolution points, it is possible to reproduce many of the fierce hand-to-hand battles shown with full power Frieza in the play. Now, we have no confirmation full power Frieza is coming. However, I do think, you know, the fact that they would make this Goku, they're gonna make a full power Frieza. It's like it's gonna happen. How will we get that release? I don't know. I would hope general release. I mean, Frieza's the returning big bad of the series, so I mean, he could be a general release, I feel. But like I've said in previous videos, I do have high expectations for him in terms of accessories. For what Goku's getting for $50, if you throw in a few extra things for Frieza, and make him $70, I would be okay, because there's a lot that you can give him. You know, you can give him a full tail, chopped tail, 2 death saucers, bloody arm and bloody waist attachment, you know, different expressions. You could give him a blast effect if you really wanted to. You know, there's a lot that he can be given to make him a really cool release. But anyways, that's pretty much it. That's all the details pretty much from this that I wanted to talk about. And if you do want to kind of browse this blog here, I'll leave it in the description and in the comments. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Let me know how you guys feel about this new Super Saiyan Goku. How many are you picking up? Did you pick any up? Were you able to get the pre-orders? Whatever. I will catch you guys in the next video, which should be hopefully about a review for some figs or accessories. Or there'll be hopefully some more Kong Studios news, because it is about to be June and it's getting pretty close to when they're supposed to drop their Super Saiyan 3s, so stay on the lookout for that. But without further ado, I'm going to end it here. Catch you guys later. Peace.